So in my presentation, I have a way of starting off my conversation that is twofold. What I mean by that is one of the ways that I usually start the presentation is I'll ask them, what do you think you need to do to be saved? They'll give the answer, and then I'll say, do you think it's by faith alone or faith and works? They'll give their answer, and I'll go to Ephesians 2:8 and 9. But another thing that I do is I'll ask, what good deed do you believe a person has to do in order to receive eternal life? When they give that answer, what I usually say is I'll say, well, you know, the reason I'm asking that is because there was a young man who came to Jesus and asked him that very same question. He said, good master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? Here's the thing, the answer that Jesus gave him is totally different than the answer that you gave. If you gave me a few moments, can I show you the answer Jesus gave him? The reason why I do this is because I'll turn right to Luke chapter 18, verse 18. And in Luke 18:18, there's a young man who comes to Jesus and he says, good master, what shall I do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus said unto him, why callest thou me good? None is good save one, that is God. Thou knowest the commandments, do not commit adultery, do not kill, do not steal, do not bear false witness, honor thy father and thy mother. And he said, all these have I kept from my youth up. Then I'll skip down to the end where Jesus said, and the things which are impossible with men are possible with God. I love to tell the individual here that according to Jesus, the definition of the word good is that you have to be 100% perfect because God is the only one who's good. Therefore, if getting to heaven is based on being good, you have to be 100% good. The problem is that we can't meet that standard. So what was impossible for us, God made possible. Would you give me a few moments to share with you how God made it possible for you to get to heaven as a good person, although you aren't good? It makes them a little bit curious and they'll say, sure, show me. And that's where I jump from there right over to John 3:16 or Romans 3:23, depending on the situation, and I get my presentation going in that direction. This helps me out when it comes to people who are Jehovah's Witnesses, whether they're kind of, religious or not religious, or if they're a child. Why? Because it almost encompasses all of it. It's been a really good game changer for me. Hope it helps out for you. John 18:18. Put it in your arsenal.